What's going on? It's your boy Arnell. Got my brother Phil here. Episode 2 of Falling Forward. So this week we're gonna talk about a much I won't say debated, but maybe much needed conversation about pressing play in your life. Sometimes a lot of us sit back in the sideline hoping and wishing that things happen for us, or we watch other people have success, but we don't press play on on our lives, man. And I'm gonna let Phil get the first comments, but what does press and play mean to you, man?
So, man, that's a good question, man. Uh, Press and play means simply to me like go, not staying stagnant in your life. So, um, press and play means push through your emotional bandwidth. We don't want to stay confined to our limitations and stuff. So, what you want to do in your life is keep it moving. To me, press and play, it's me, I'm my own opponent. It's me versus me. I have to tap into my own capacity of more because I have more to provide and more to give. And um, to add to that, I would just say it means don't be stagnant in the flow of life. You got to keep it moving by doing something consistently while maintaining your discipline.
Mm. Yeah, that's great, man. All that's very true. And for me, man, it comes down to making a decision. Press and play is just making a decision to do something. Um, what is it in life that you want? And what are you willing to do to get it? We got to start before we finish. And so, like you said, man, just a culmination of the rational mind overcoming the emotional. Because a lot of times, emotion will conjure up fear and tell us what we can't do and create all these unknown circumstances. So, I think being around sound people, man, having your own table where you have a good support system to make you press play, I think that's imperative, man. I think just the micro wins, each decision that we make each day, throughout the day is a way to press play. Am I going to get up and go to the gym this morning? Okay, I press play. And those things build up and you start seeing the compound effect in your life, man. And so those micro decisions each day, those, 3 to 500, maybe thousands that we make that day, it could turn into a contract getting signed by the end of the week, or it could turn into somebody starting a trucking business at the end of the month, or it could turn into somebody leaving their job at the end of the year. So I think press and play, man, is it's important and it permeates every aspect of our lives. It's not just business. It's not just family. It's not just fitness, man. Press and play is just a decision that we make day in, day out. So, like you mentioned last week, we're given a chance and a choice every morning. Most High blesses us with a chance to wake up, and we got a choice to do whatever it is we feel called to do, and that's press and play.
Right, right. Like you said, man, it all starts with a decision. And all of that it is formed initially in your mind. Your wins and your losses start with your thinking process, your perspective of things, and how you're gonna take advantage of it. So if you feel defeated and you're not wanting to do something mentally, you're not gonna take the actions that you need to. You feel motivated and you want to start the process or you want to continue it on, it's going to help influence your decision making to take the necessary action to get it accomplished.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about how important it is, man, to be in the right environment to press play. You know what I'm saying? How important is it to have the right people around you? People that are moving in the same direction. Because, we all have different buckets of friends. Some of them that we go hang out with. We have people that may be interested in business. And then you got folks that are really taking action, man. Just talk a little bit about how important it is to have somebody that contributes to the conversation and is moving in the same direction as you.
Cool. Uh, the saying, birds of a feather flock together. I think that it's not a catch all for when you talk about friendships. I think you have to utilize different friends for different things. You know, you got to be able to scale and analyze those friends of how they can push and uplift me for the things that I need in my life. And I think it's very important because, you know, like us, I think it's a form of accountability. If you find someone that's on the same page, they will help uplift you and help influence you and help keep you accountable for the things that you need to do. And, you know, they'll have those hard conversations to help get you on track, to help keep you on that path to achieve your goal. Um, you know, on the other side, like if you have friends that you just talk to and vent to and stuff, it can also be like a handicap because they're like, oh, it's okay, you know, you doing this, you know, you doing that thing, you know, they're not actually motivating you or pushing you or uplifting you to that next level. Um, outside of your capacity, you know, we all get to a place that sometimes we don't feel like doing a thing, and you know, instead of pressing play, we on pause, or you know, we're stopping and we're being stagnant and stuff. So having that person or a group of people of influence is just very important to just get you to that next level.
Absolutely, man. That's good. And then, you know, getting around people that may be a couple degrees hotter than you, man, or higher. You know, so if you're looking to make $1 million, getting around some millionaires because the things that they do, you know, day in day out, how they press play in their lives, man. I think it excuse me, it'll rub off on you. You'll see the daily activities, man, and how they stretch you and just push you to be the better self, man.
Right.
Man, because we can only get as far as we know how to get. You know, we're right here where we're at, man, by the decisions that we made, experiences we had, and the opportunities that we took advantage of. But you can't go higher if you don't know the path to. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important, man. Just talk a little bit about, I guess, the importance of actually keeping the promises you make to yourself, man. So you can get around millionaires, you can see what they do, you can get around people that are influential and moving in the same direction. But what if we just don't press play on the things that we that we tell ourselves we're gonna do, let alone around other people?
Okay, that's good. So for me, I would say keeping the promises to myself has to be bigger than me. Uh, my purpose has to be big. So for me in my life, my purpose is, you know, my family. I know, like, often as a people, you know, we sometimes get complacent and let ourselves down. But when our purpose is bigger than us, we know we have to keep on going that extra mile because we have to generate the things that we need to for the success of our family, to build generational wealth and to build a platform for those behind us so they won't have to work as hard. So like for me, my daughter, you know, I know that she look up to me and she admire me, and I don't want to fail her. So, you know, my purpose is for her to build something. That way she'll have something that she can build a structure on top of the foundation that I created. So my purpose just to build a platform that she can just not have to start from the beginning. She'll have some kind of foundation, some kind of blueprint in place that she can just analyze and she can just add to. And what it'll do is just eliminate some time and effort. So she'll, you know, be a little bit ahead of the game.
Mm, yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. And I was talking to somebody earlier today, and we are just talking about, you know, press and play, but in the sense of just making a decision. And decisions they seem hard. We tell ourselves things are hard, like whether it's setting up a legacy for our family, leaving a job, getting in shape, whatever the case is, man. You say those decisions are hard because we don't have that clarity and purpose, just like you said. We don't have that why, and when that why is big enough, you're willing to do whatever it takes. You're willing to press play despite the fear, despite the possible failure. So I think that's really good, man, having that defined purpose because what you do is take the emotional aspect out of it. So if you don't feel like going to the gym today, if it's only impacting you, you're not gonna go. But if you say, hey, I need to go to the gym because I need to be here in the next 20 years to walk my daughter down the aisle. So now you're generating, you know what I'm saying, something a little deeper than self, and something, more purposeful than just that one moment of you going to the gym and experiencing that discomfort. So I think that's a key, man, that you mentioned, having clarity in your why.
Yeah, that's good, man. You know, you just talked on something good. It's all about serving people, man. We got to understand in business and life, we got to be selfless, and we got to find a way to serve people and to help people. And all things all it always come together full circle when it's bigger than you and you're doing things for other people. And what we got to realize is that at the end of the day, it still would benefit us. But going into things knowing that it's not about us helps us, create um, that accomplishment that we need in life.
Yeah, it's perfect segue, man. Great, well said. And it makes me think of a quote that Jamal King said: "One man's purpose, I'm sorry, one man's obedience is connected to another man's destiny." And we talk about that quite frequently, man. So you stepping in, you being obedient to your purpose, man, and what you should be doing, you're gonna create a lot of different opportunities in one way or another for your family, for your friends, for people who God may put in your path down the road. So you just being obedient, man, to what you should be doing, which goes back to our point of keeping the promises that you make to yourself, press and play to yourself, and irregardless of external factors and limiting beliefs, you stepping into your destiny, man. You being obedient to who you supposed to be. You're gonna set a lot of different people up, man, and build a platform for other people to eat and do the same thing for others.
Right.
So let's just transition a little bit, man. What do people need to do, man? How do they, if they're stuck right now, they're in the pit. They've tried multiple businesses. They've been in multiple relationships, man. They just trying to get going, trying to reset and try to get some type of momentum, man. What piece of advice would you give them? Like just some actionable things they can do that that have worked in the past for you to get going, and maybe not anything that's gonna be drastic in the next 2 months or 3 months, man. I mean, what's something they can do today to press play, man, and get going?
Okay. What I would tell the people is, you got to stay prayed up. You gotta continue to submit yourself to God to see what God wants you to do. With that being said, you got to take action though. Um, that you can't just, faith without works is dead. So you got to take the action. You can't just ask for a thing and just feel like God is going to magically just make it happen. So, for me, the actions that take place is you got to be intentional with your time. You got to be disciplined and consistent. With that being said, you have to create a schedule. You got to block off time to be intentional with the actions that you need to take place. And we all know in life sometimes you can't just check off all the blocks. So, you may have to move that schedule over a little bit, but you need to be able to have something that you can see that you're accomplishing. Um, with the schedule, you gotta write stuff down and you gotta take action. When you take those actions, sometimes they don't really fall through as planned. So you got to do follow up. And I relate a lot of this stuff through basketball. When you take a shot, you got to follow through to make sure you hit that goal. Yeah.
That's good. Follow through, man. Like you said, man, stay aligned with the Most High, with the source. A lot of the answers that we want, we already have inside of us. Sometimes we just need a little nudge from somebody to help push us toward that direction, man. But what I would say too, man, is recognize that you're in the pit. Recognize you're in the darkness. That and don't run from it. It's something you're supposed to learn from there. So just change your perspective of why you're there. Don't ask, why is this always happening to me? Ask God, what lesson am I supposed to learn from being in this situation? And then from there, man, if you can't pull from any positivity there, like you said, look at some past experiences of the things that you've accomplished in life, and feed off of that. If you've made it through college, if you graduated high school, if you had a successful relationship, if you're walking in, the path that you think God's put you on, but maybe hit a snag, pull from that stuff in the past to propel you in the
Right.
future. You don't always have to have success in what you're trying to do for you to be successful in the future. You're gonna run into some snags because God is testing you to see if you want what you really said you want. Because we open our mouths a lot of times, say we want things, but as soon as the obstacle gets put in front of us, we quit. So,
Yeah, man. That's good. What you just hit on just kind of remind me of something that we talked about previously. I know a lot of people have said don't look back, but I think that generates a false narrative because you have to look back over your life and your accomplishments to push you forward on the things that you need to do. Like you said, when I look back, I have to reflect on the things that God have brought me through or the things that I have accomplished so I can reach down inside of me and know that I'm capable of doing these things because I've done it before. And this is no different. It may be a different situation, but I'm the same person. I'm better and I'm stronger and I'm wiser. So I have to just keep on pushing forward um, by looking at the things that I have accomplished and the obstacles that I have overcame in the past and know that, hey, I have that capability. So I can do this and I will do this.
mm, good, good. So, man, I guess in closing, man, I'll just say start small. You know what I'm saying? Build the habit, whatever it is you want to press play on. If you want to start going to the gym, just start getting up. Just start getting up in the morning, getting dressed. And even if you go to the gym and just go to the doorstep, do that every morning for a week. And I got this from Atomic Habits, so this is nothing I'm coming up with, but just get up and get the motion of going to the gym. So you got to build the habit before you can optimize it. A lot of times we just want to run. We want to say, hey, I need to get in shape. We hadn't worked out and I'm using, working out because everybody, it's relatable to everybody. Everybody may not be a business owner or be in a relationship, but everybody can identify with working out. So you don't want to just jump from no success in the gym to working out, an hour or two a day. Because when you don't hit that metric, you get discouraged and then you may take 5 steps back. So my encouragement would be just start waking up in the morning and getting to the gym. And then once you build that habit, now then optimize it. You know what? I'm gonna go into the gym and I'm gonna go in there for 15 minutes to work out, do something. And so just those micro decisions that we make will start to compound and you'll start to see some success. And like Phil mentioned, man, write it down. Make it plain. Just write it on a piece of paper. I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym and keep doing that. And the more you write it, the more it's gonna materialize. And I think that's one of the easiest and most actionable steps to do. To press play in your life. So I'll let you close out,
Right,
Phil.
man. Like you said, I add real quick, utilize your resources. With technology, we have our phone. Set yourself an alarm. Write it down in your calendar so you can check these things off. A lot of time we think of stuff and we forget, but like Arnell said, make it plain. Utilize your phone, something that you keep with you all the time, so you'll know what you got to do, so you can accomplish those things. So I just do a recap real quick of falling forward. For me, falling forward just mean like leaning into our failures by viewing them as opportunities and not obstacles. Like I said, God allows us to go through trials and tribulations, and it builds us for the things that we will encounter in the future that we may not know about. So just know that we're a work in process, and you can pick yourself up to continue your journey.
Absolutely, man. You said it perfectly. So falling forward is willing to be vulnerable, willing to stumble, but stumbling forward so you catch yourself and you push yourself back up by your hands. You know what I'm saying? And it's another opportunity to learn. I don't know anybody that's been successful without falling or without failing, however you want to look at it, because you don't learn the lessons on how to become or stay successful, man. So I think you summed it up perfectly, man. And we hope, we're not on here preaching or anything. We're not perfect. Phil and I are just normal dudes, just trying to share some of our experiences. So this is not any professional advice. It's not any type of, that type of stuff. We're just sharing, insights and things that we've seen, and we'll continue to do that over the next couple weeks. And we hope these messages help somebody out there. So this is your boy Arnell.
This is Phil.
Hey, this is episode 2 of Falling Forward. We'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.